My name is Patricia Kwesi. I'm the CEO of SEDAT Consult Limited, the organizers of the SEDAT HR conference. I'm so happy that we are having this conference, especially in Kumasi. And as SEDAT Consult as a company, we are committed to knowledge sharing, creating opportunity for networking, and ensuring that people in the HR profession advance in their careers. That is why we put together this conference, to give the opportunity to our HR practitioners to first of all learn about the new trends in the HR space, learn about how we can be innovative and creative in ensuring that we are impacting the organization. A lot of the times, HRs are seen as cost centers, but we want to change the narrative. And if we can do that, we need to be very creative. We need to also ensure that we are leveraging on technology to be able to impact or determine or demonstrate how we are contributing to the bottom line. In this dynamic landscape of human resources, we have gathered here together to explore the most pressing trends, challenges, and the opportunities. We know that HR has evolved, and we also know that technology has enabled us to evolve. And so if we don't embrace technology, it's going to be very difficult for us.
Tropical storms, flooding, wildfires. Tropical storms, flooding, wildfires, drought, shrinking fish catch. In a world of ever-increasing uncertainty, nothing is predictable. The smallest stumble or fumble easily ends in a mighty tumble, with your world crashing down around you. Don't crumble. Glyco always has your back.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to today's episode of SEDAT HR Digest, your reliable platform that helps you and gives you all the tips so you can be able to help your organization, help the people you work with, as well as help yourself. We are happy to have you today, and my name is Patience. I will be hosting today's episode, and today we have a very amazing and interesting topic, and I would want you to be fully involved because, as usual, on SEDAT HR Digest, we don't feel. Wherever you're watching us from, we want to acknowledge you. Please drop your name, your location in the comment section, and we would duly acknowledge you. I know a lot of you watch us. Please do well to drop your name and your location. We want to give you a shout out. Okay, so if today is your first time of watching us on SEDAT HR Digest, this is a platform where we give you all the information, at least the ones that are available to us. We bring you experts, we bring you industry experts, people who have knowledge in the topics or the field of topics that we discuss here. And these informations are meant to help you, to make you a better manager, a better leader, to help you help your organization so you can make a better impact. SEDAT HR Digest is brought to you by our number one HR partner, and I am talking about SEDAT HR Consult. You can reach us on 0244622925, 0244629245, 0244629245. Now, what do we do as SEDAT HR Consult. At SEDAT HR Consult, we help you. In fact, we make your HR practice very, very easy. So you can reach us if you need support with your any HR activity in terms of HR advisory, talent acquisition, salary grading and structure, outsourcing, learning and development, salary benchmarking. You can trust us. We are your number one trusted HR firm, and you want to reach us. If you want to visit us on our website, you can go to www.sedatconsultlimited.com, or you can write to us on info@sedatconsultlimited.com. We will receive your email, and here we will respond to you and give you all the information that you are looking for. Once again, drop your name and your location in the comment section. I would read it out to acknowledge you. I have missed everybody. It's been a long break, but I'm back. All right. So now let's do this. Let's do this afternoon. When you drop your name, you drop your location, then you drop what is happening next weekend. Add it. If you know, add it. The biggest HR conference is happening in Kumasi on the 26th of September. It is SEDAT HR conference. SEDAT HR conference. If this is the first time you are hearing about SEDAT HR conference, this is a conference that is bringing together industry experts, bringing together HR practitioners and professionals all across Ghana. In fact, we are live streaming, so we have people that would be joining us online from outside Ghana. We are coming together to share information, gathering to learn. We are going to meet on the 26th of September at the Micklin Hotel, and it is happening from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Last year we had an amazing time, and this year promises to be super amazing. Super amazing. The theme for this year is navigating generational diversity, a roadmap to organizational effectiveness. We have at the workplace various generations. Now, how do we manage them? How do we harness all these generations for organizations to benefit from? This is the topic we will be discussing at the conference. We have amazing topics, amazing subjects coming out of this theme for you, and you wouldn't want to leave yourself out of it. It's going for a cool 150 Ghana, 150. Cool 150. Please get yourself a ticket, get yourself registered. If you haven't registered, please do so. Reach out to us on 0244 629245, 0244 629245 for your registration. We'll drop the link here for you, and our amazing speakers are ready. Last year we experienced some of them, and this year we are going to have fresh experience from all of them. All right, so we would be having one of the seasoned HR practitioners speaking to us, and we are having Madame Yvonne Oredu Akpabli. Yvonne is an HR professional, and she will be at the conference as a speaker. I have my own boss, Kojo Vanessa, Eric Kojo Vanessa Crunchy. All right, so Kojo will be there with us as a speaker. Our own Madame Cynthia Kudo will be there with us. Last year, Yvonne and Cynthia were there with us, and Charlie, we didn't want to end the conference. And I know this year we will have the same experience. And our keynote speaker, or our guest of honor, is Mr. Samuel Kwesi Takyi, and he is the general manager of Asante Gold BBN Limited. And Mr. Samuel will be joining us at the conference. It is happening on 26th of September from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Micklin Hotel, Kumasi. Same venue as last year. And once again, we want to say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you so much. Thank you, Glyco. Thank you, Amen Fiman Rural Bank. Thank you, 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 coming on board to help impact lives, to help impact, to help us groom future HR leaders, and to also help us tap from the experienced ones. We are very grateful. Thank you so much, our sponsors. If you want to come on board as a sponsor, our doors are open. Please reach us on 0244629245, 0244629245, and we will be there to give you all the necessary information that you need. Now, are you a young HR professional? Did you just start your HR journey? Do you need someone to help you? We all need people. We need people to hold our hands. We need people to help us. We need people who have walked our path before to help us walk our path. And that is why SEDAT HR conference, SEDAT HR consult is bringing your way the mentorship program. And we have dubbed it SEDAT mentorship program. It is a 1-year mentorship program, and it's starting from October 2024, and it's going to end on September 2025. 12 solid good mentorship session, and you don't want to take yourself out. If you are a young practitioner and you need somebody to help reach, just get in touch with us on 051 405 555 0591 405 555. And why are we doing this? We want to help you. When you participate in this program, we are going to pair you with experienced mentors. We are going to pair you with people who have walked your path before, and we're going to help you settle in your HR role. If you're interested in joining us, please call the contact that I just read out to you or mentioned to you. Reach out to us and we will help you. If you are a mentor and you are interested in mentoring people, our doors are open. We are interested as well. Please, you can equally call the same line, 0591 405 555, and we will have a conversation with you. And so join us and let us help people together. All right, today we are talking about managing generational dynamics at the workplace. Managing generational dynamics at the workplace. And please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to all our channels, and share. We are about to learn and unlearn, and our guest is ready as well as we are. And so today we are having a session with one of our speakers. Throughout the past weeks, we've had interactions or discussions with our conference speakers, and I am honored to be hosting the last speaker before the conference on 26th. Today we are having a conversation with Mr. Samuel Takyi, guest of honor at the upcoming SEDAT conference. Mr. Samuel Takyi is a certified mining manager with over 20 years of industry experience. This includes 15 years in senior management positions. His proficiency spans across mine management, operations, strategic mining planning, business development, and conflict resolution. Before joining the BBNE Mines as operations manager, core processes, he held several senior leadership roles in Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Mr. Samuel Takyi holds a Bachelor of Science and Master of Philosophy degrees in mining engineering from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology School of Mines, Takwa. And I hope the KNUST people, we are ready to listen to our senior. Okay. And also from the University of Mines and Technology, respectively. He also holds a mine manager certificate of competency from the Minerals Commission of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you are ready. I'm ready. Our guest is ready. And I'm happy to introduce into the studios our guest of honor for the SEDAT HR conference. And he is here to have a conversation with us on today's episode. Please let's help me welcome into the studios Mr. Samuel Takyi. Hi, Mr. Takyi.
Pat, how are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Takyi, can you hear me?
I can hear you directly, please.
Great. Welcome to SEDAT HR Digest. We are super happy to have you here.
Thank you, and I'm here to actually have a conversation with the team, and I hope this conversation will be quite nice to everybody, and also I'm also here to answer questions if there are any. So it's going to be more of a live one and a very collaborative one where we would have people chip in, and I would also be there to answer them. So feel free, I'm here, and we'll make it live today.
Right, thank you very much. And if you don't have any issue with your camera, if you could come on camera for us, so our viewers can see your handsome face, the face behind the voice. But if there's a technical issue, that is fine. We are good to go, and we are ready for you. And like Mr. Takyi said, we want to have a very interactive session with our guest of honor. And so if you have any question, you need any clarification in the course of the conversation, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. We will read it out for our guests of honor. All right, Mr. Takyi, I know you are ready for us, so I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot of talking. We want to go straight into our conversation for today. Now, to kickstart, I would like you to help us understand what generational dynamics or generational diversity is, or what is when it comes to, or when we talk about dynamics in generational diversity, what does it mean, and what is its significance in the workplace?
Thank you very much. When we talk of generational diversity, we are talking more about the trends of how human beings have evolved over the process, over the period. And starting from 1940 below and 1940 above, okay? 1940, 1960, 1980, 2000, 2020, and actually we would continue as and when the time actually give us. People have actually changed because of social and political or economic dynamics, which had actually evolved people from one characteristics to the other. Today, we're talking about we moving from the phase of hard copies or face-to-face encounter into embracing technology where people are actually learning at a distance without actually engaging face-to-face encounters. People are actually coming up with different things because they have met internet, and which is actually throwing people away from the usual or the traditional ways of learning into more sophisticated and using the social media and actually using other platforms to get better. Today, we see our children dive into our phones, and they can actually do even better than we parents who had actually bought the phones ourselves. It tells us that there is a trend that is actually moving, and how would we harness the strength of these various trends that we are seeing from generation to generation to better the productivity of our companies or of our sites we work in. So these are the things that we need to learn to really understand. And also, if you are a manager there, you'll be able to now adjust yourself to fit in, and therefore be able to have these diverse people who are actually around you, harnessing their potentials, all in a goal to ensure a greater productivity for the sites you are working in. And that is exactly what I believe this afternoon we'll be discussing to know. If I would want to expand on this, if somebody is to repair a car, and the car, now we are actually on what we call automatic cars, and the features we have in the system are all chisel and hammer fitters with screwdrivers. How are they going to repair the cars we have today? But understanding the trends of the new generational cars that are coming, and you being as a fitter, you need to also adjust yourself to fit in so that you'll be able to repair the cars and get money for yourself. Else you'll be made redundant. So in this call, we are now looking at it in terms of people who are actually being employed today and how they fit into our organization going forward. Today, we are advancing technology, and we have people who have also gotten other strengths in some areas, which we need to also understand and patch it up with these people who are technology inclined to make sure that there are people who are actually creating and people who are developing to ensure we have a complete show of expertise on site to get the best for the organization. So this is how I understand it. And actually, I know as we go forward, we'll be able to roll up what is in the package for us to understand what's going to happen. So thank you very much. This is my answer to it.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. Takyi. And this is what I took away from what you said. If we understand the diverse people around us, and we are able to harness the potentials in these various groups, it will help us to build a better organization. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, talking about having diverse people around us or diverse people in the organization, I want you to help us on how these changing workforce demographics impact organizational culture. We have different generations at the workplace, and we've spoken about them several times on this platform: the baby boomers, the generation X, Y, Z, and now we have the Gen Alphas who are also coming up, but they haven't entered into the working space yet. I think it's from 2012 downwards. Now let's look at the changing workforce demographics that we are having. The boomers, the X, the Ys, the Zs. How do these demographics impact on our culture in the organization?
Thank you once again. As we talk about baby boomers are the people from the 1940s to 1960s. They are people who I call the bone breakers. Why do I call them the bone breakers? Because they have actually come from an age where their predecessors are more like following orders that they have been given by their parents or the status quo. So they could not voice up or they could not do a lot, but they also have their strengths there. However, these baby boomers, people like Barack Obama, who is in that baby boomer category, people like our own J.J. Rawlings, who is a baby boomer, people like Donald Trump, who is a baby boomer, people like Thomas Sankara, who is a baby boomer. They, if you actually have followed them, you will realize that they are people who had come to actually destroy or break the shelves, which was otherwise keeping people captivated. These people have or move in a very unified front, and they spearhead things to actually break out. They look outside the box and just try to challenge the status quo. There are people who came up with a lot of innovation. There are people who came out with a lot of approach that is different from that which people had already looked at. So if you know that you are working with a baby boomer, I'm telling you now, baby boomers are the people who are in the CEO positions today. people who had already, some of them have a big percentage have retired, but a smaller percentage are still in the system as CEOs, as COOs, and leading the top management team. Knowing that you have some people like that, very small percentage in the system, you should know how you will deal with these people as a worker or as a manager. If you actually look at people with Gen S people, I call them the lightest. They come in with another approach. They are the beginning of the technological world. They showed the front. They bridged the old age and the new generation. They are people who are very entrepreneurial and the people who actually had developed something from scratch. Meanwhile, they didn't have the technological base to advance them. But they were the people who conceived and created a lot of things. I am one of them. And any time I had actually done an assessment about myself, that is to show that I'm a creator. Baby boomers, lighters are actually creators. But some people came to also, after 20 years, added something to these lighters, and they are the millennials. The millennials are actually the technology people. They came into the world where technology had evolved, and they are fast learners. They actually take up a lot of technological details, and they also are people who refrain from face-to-face encounter. They are people who have actually moved away from our conventional way of learning, where you sit under the lecture, you sit under a lecture for 3 hours, they get bored. They want some special way of learning, and that is to be more interactive. There are people who want things not following this long term of sitting under tutorship. They want things to be more fun. They are people who are entrepreneurial. However, they look out for work-life balance. So some of these people, if you don't know, and you employ them and lock them in a cage, then you will not get the best out of these people. Because you should know the styles of all these individuals or these categories of generational generation for you to really know exactly what will work for each and every one of them as a manager. And for me, sitting here, I look up to all the strengths I have in all these classes of generations, their characteristics, and making sure that I harness them, put up a good thing for these people to be able to go through. So that is exactly what I actually look out for. And if I have these demographics like that, you should know as a manager how these people actually function, and you'll be able to now lay out the best atmosphere for them to perform. The last one, like you said, they are people who have not been in the industry. They are coming. In the next year or two, they will be there. These are the Zoomers, people with the AI attitude. They are people who are going to actually make things evolve from here. And exactly so, I wish we would all see in the next 5 years how AI is going to transform the whole organization going forward. Like you have just mentioned, these people are coming. They are about 20 years now. They'll be joining the industry now. They have just finished their universities and they are yet to enter. So this is how I look at this demography in the workplace. Number one, the baby boomers are very few. Number two, those lighters, that is the Gen X people, we are on the management level now, superintendent, management, and Gen Y people are the ones who are actually having their show now. They are the largest population in an organization. So knowing that you have such a mix, then you will know what to do to ensure you get the best out of them. So that is what I have for you. I think when the question times come, we'll actually expand on this as well. Thank you.
Definitely, when the question time comes, we would expand on it, right? So let me go to the comment section. I have Josephine Aqua. Josephine says is watching us from Takrady. Thank you, Josephine. And please drop your name, your location in the comment section, and we would read it out and give you a shout out. And Josephine, I requested for one more thing, and that is to add what is happening next week on 26th at the Micklin Hotel in Kumasi to it. So if you can do me the honors, I just want to know if you are aware. So please add it to it. To add it to your introduction for me, or your. Oh, okay. And I have Rose. Rose is watching us from Asinfo. So thank you, Rose. Thank you, Josephine. Please keep your names and your locations coming in, and we will read it out. Thank you so much for joining us. If you just joined us, it's SEDAT HR Digest, and we are having a me time with our guest of honor, Mr. Samuel Takyi. And if you will be at the conference, you will have the opportunity to see him and also network with him. Now, Mr. Teti, talking about these various generations that we have, we've spoken about the bone breakers, who are the boomers. We've spoken about the lighters, that's Gen X. We've spoken about the technology people, or the show owners, that's the millennials or the Gen Y. They are having their show now, as Mr. Takyi rightly said. And then we have the Z's, who are the AI gurus in our space now. Now, what are the most common challenges organizations face when managing these generations? Because they all come in with different characteristics, see things from different perspectives, understand things differently. We are not ruling out the fact that you may have a millennial who has developed the attitude of a Z or a Y. And you may have a Z who is yet to discover that he or she is a Z. And so those exceptions are there. However, coming into the workplace, working with these people, bone breakers, boomers, the lighters, the show owners, the Z's, and some of them are already in the space. Some are yet to join, like you said, some are out of school and they are yet to join. What are the common, or what are some of the common challenges that organizations will face trying to harness these generations together?
The common challenge organization faces is that whether or not the organizations are ready to lay the platform or the atmosphere to harness the potentials of these different generations. If your technological setup, like, which will suit the let's say the millennials, are not adequate, then of course you may have them, but you may not fully harness their full potentials. Whether or not our Gen X people are ready to also embrace the new technological trends that are actually flowing in the industry, whether they are ready to take it up, to steady, to move across from where they are, to join the latest, to join the millennials or not. This is a common thing that we see here. Now you can actually come straight to site and ask these questions, and you see a 45-year-old man not ready to actually move to the next level. He is stuck with actually writing things on paper. He is not too good with computers. He is stuck with actually having face-to-face encounter before he's able to make sure things are going well. Instead of using Google and other Zoom platforms to have meetings, he would want everybody to be around him at the same time. And that is what is causing a lot of difficulties on site. And we not been able to grab the full potentials of these diverse generations that we have. Another thing that is actually becoming an impediment is that we have a cultural difficulty on site or in our whole system as Ghanaians. How are we going to get our seniors to toe the path we the juniors are towing? Would you be able to go and tell your boss that now you have pasted or directed him to join you on Zooms for a meeting? It's not going to happen. And if we are not able to go on that line, then we would not actually have the best for these guys that are actually in there. In the past, people have to go to lectures, sit right under the feet of the lecture for 4 hours. If not for the coronavirus that actually came through, we will still be doing this. But because of that, people moved away and embraced the technological advancement which came at that time. And now you can sit in the comfort of your home and listen to the lectures and do even exams on the platform. And that is exactly what we are being challenged with as a nation or as companies. So there are trends that are moving on, but for us to really identify the trend and be able to cut ourselves to meet the new challenge and be able to tap into it for the better gain of the industry or the organization is the challenge that we have today. But I want to impress upon everybody. A lot of companies are doing very well. Others are trailing, but we know for sure things would actually evolve for everybody to join the trail. And so that's for the HR department. People have seen a lot of trends. Now, in the past, you remember in the past, people have to come to where you are for an interview session to be organized. Today, we are using Teams, we are using Zoom, we are using a lot of platforms to organize interviews. And wherever people are, they're able to stay there and have interviews without necessarily coming to where the office of that company is to have the interview. These are trends that are moving, but a lot of companies are still in the past and they are not able to move because of their inability to migrate from where they are to the new platform. And that is a challenge for us. So that is what I think is challenging us at the moment, but I know a lot is being done in that area and we are actually going to get better with time.
Thank you, Mr. Takyi. We will definitely get better. While we will definitely get better at it. Now, talking about the people we have we are discussing the various demographics that we have, or the various generations we have at the workplace. Now, in the workplace, we have management or managers with different leading styles. Some will want to go fully autocrat. This is what I say: do it, obey before complain. You have others that are on the other side of the rope, and they are saying that, see, I give you your free will, just do what you want to do. You have one other person that says that my style is to lead in the middle, or be in the middle, and putting these two styles together. I mean, we have different leadership styles that we use to manage things or lead our various organizations. How can leaders adapt their management style to effectively lead these generations?
Leaders can effectively lead these generations by knowing exactly what these generations come with. Particularly, days of autocracy has passed. It was in the days of the traditionalists where autocracy worked better. Today, knowing very well that the Gen Y people, who are the millennials, do very well when you give them the hot and leave the how to them to actually get there. There are people who can even do it faster than you think. There are people who go research, who actually turn things up quickly, and that is their nature. So if you want to show them the what and the how, they get pissed off. So you should identify that this generation we operate in right now, we have these attributes or characteristics of the people who are in there. And that is giving them the what. So if you are a manager and you are not able to see, to really give them what they need, they will leave you. Not that the work site is not safe for them, not that the salary is not good for them, but by way of how you are leading them might push them out of your company or your organization. So exactly so, leaders must actually look at what the people stand for, their various characteristics, and be able to him adjusting and aligning himself to be their leader so that they can follow him. That is what I can say on that.
Right, thank you very much. Know what these generations come with, look at what they stand for, and the most important thing is to align and adjust to what they stand for and what they come into your space with. We will be taking this last question. It's not the last one though. We'll be taking this question, and after that we'll go for a quick break. So, Mr. Titi, let me now come to you. Let me come to you now as the general manager of Ashanti Gold BBNE. I know you definitely would have some of these generations, if not all of them, in your space. You would have majority of them, of the various types that you mentioned in your conversation in your space. Now tell us, what strategies have you used to motivate and to engage them, considering the fact that each generation has what's moves them or what motivates them. and what gets them engaged? How have you been able to go about it practically? How have you engaged them? How have you managed them? We want to learn from you, and so we are happy to listen and to learn from what you are doing at your space.
Thank you. For me, I myself fall under Generation X. But looking at the Generation Y and what they come with, I have developed this. I operate an open door policy where everybody has the opportunity to assess me and really discuss some innovative ideas, really discuss issues, and we sit to fashion out the solution to these issues he has raised. I also know that the people of today like a lot of work-life balance. So we have in our work schedule twice a week to go socializing and doing some exercises. I mean, some games on the weekends to socialize them more. We have some aerobics in the weekday. We close early and we go to the field to do some aerobics. These are some of the ideas that actually get people to belong, and it opens up for people to interact and fully engage the leadership whenever they seek to have me. Okay? We have meetings which are on Teams. We have meetings which sometimes face to face as and when required. We have meetings that actually get people to really tell us what they find or they feel about the company and what they think we must do. Giving the voice to the people also give back to us with some innovative ideas from the same people that would actually see us cut down on costs and increase productivity. We have also tried to always look at the demographics in each department and making sure that with new hires we are having, we try to mix and making sure the strength of some generations that are in there and the new or the weakness of some generations that we have in there will be packed up by the strength of some generations that have to come in. So we would not necessarily go and fill a whole department with Generation X people. We try and see we have Generation X people, we have Generation Y people, and if possible, Generation Z people in there. Doing that blend give us the opportunity to now have a total cover and also enhance the strength of the people for the betterment of the company's growth. Else, you will come to a point you have 10 people within the same department retire. You have to mix them so that whilst this one retires, there is another generation that is in there. And that is exactly what I am doing in there to ensure that the Benin mine grows up and becomes stronger than some of the mines we have in Ghana.
Right, thank you so much. So these are some of the things that Mr. Takyi, or the strategies that he deploys to engage and motivate the various generations that exist in his workplace. And he spoke about open door policy, where he freely discusses issues and ideas with his team. And there's the socialization bits of the whole strategy. I mean, the workouts, the aerobics session where periodically they go for aerobics, and he also has a speak up policy where they have meetings and people are able to speak out and give them feedback on how they feel about the company, what they think about the company. And then also he also spoke about the fact that you do not have to put the same generation in one department. It will be important to mix them up, and this really helps with knowledge transfer. As a phase or a generation is phasing off, you get the next generation pick it up, and then and that even helps with it helps a lot with transfer of knowledge. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Takyi, the general manager of Ashanti Gold PNE Limited. We will be going for a quick break. When we come back, we will be discussing the emerging trends and how they impact on these generations that we manage at the workplace. We would also be looking at the skills essential for effective intergenerational collaboration. We will be looking at how organizations can leverage on the competences of these generations to drive innovation and creativity. And then we would have other discussions coming your way. We also have a question from Josephine. Josephine says, how can organizations create a culture that values and respects diversity across generations? We will be answering your question, Josephine, when we are back from the break. Don't go anywhere. Don't change your network. Don't move anywhere. Stay right here with us. We will be right back.
Tropical storms, flooding, wildfires, drought, shrinking fish catch. In a world of ever-increasing uncertainty, nothing is predictable. The smallest stumble or fumble easily ends in a mighty tumble, with your world crashing down around you. Don't crumble. 𝐀𝐿𝐤𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐻 always has your back. 𝐀𝐿𝐤𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐻, we cushion you for life.
We cushion you for life.
Right, welcome back from the break. This is SEDAT HR Digest, a platform where we discuss relevant people and organizational issues, a platform where we empower you with all the information you need, with all the tips you need to help your organization. Today we are discussing managing generational dynamics, or how to manage generational dynamics at the workplace. And our guest of honor is our guests for today's episode. From the previous episodes, we have been having time with our speakers, and today we are having a me time with our guest of honor, Mr. Samuel Takyi, the general manager of Ashanti Gold PNE Limited. We've spoken about, or he has helped us to understand what the generational dynamics is. We've looked at some of the challenges that are confronted when managing these generations. We've looked at how these various diversity at the workplace impacts on organizational culture. We've also looked at how leaders can adapt their leadership styles to effectively manage these multi-generational teams that we have at the workplace. Now, a quick one, we want to remind you that HR, the SEDAT HR magazine is still available. If you haven't grabbed your copy yet, please reach out to us on 0244 629245 for your copy. It's available for individual grabs and corporate grabs. So if you want a copy for yourself, or you want a copy for your organization or for your team members, please reach out to us, and we would help you get a copy. And once we give you the copy, we would really appreciate it that you give us feedback. You give us your thoughts on or your take on the content of the magazine. However, we are also calling for corporate organizations to be featured on our next edition. So if you are interested, you have the skill of writing, you want to share your thoughts, you want to share your mind, you want to share what you think about a particular topic with all of us across the world, please reach out to us on 0244 629245, 0244 629245. We would give you all the necessary information you need to be able to be featured on our next edition. Please, you can't, if you are good at it, don't take yourself out. If you are good at writing, if you are not even good at it, you share your thoughts with us. We will get people to put your thoughts together for you. So call us for your copies. Call us if you want to be featured on our next edition of the SEDAT magazine. Again, if you are a young HR professional and you are looking for somebody to help you, somebody who have walked your path to help you navigate your way in your new journey, please join us on this 1 year mentorship program. 1 year mentorship program. We are saying that we are empowering the future HR leaders. We are empowering future HR leaders. Please reach out to us. The details are on the flyer and it's being displayed on your screen. However, if you want to call us, you can call us on 0591 405 555, 0591 405 555. I keep saying that if you want to be a good HR, you cannot live in isolation. You need somebody, you need people you can talk to, you need people you can seek advice, or you need people who can direct you, who can help you, who can show you the way. This is a solid 12 months program. We are starting from October 2024 and we are ending in September 2025 next year. 12 months, we will assign you or will pair you with mentors that will help you. Now, if you are watching us or you are listening to us and you are a mentor, you are interested in mentoring people, you are interested in helping people, you are interested in holding the hands of people, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We would give you all the guidelines and bring you on board as a mentor. We need you. We need you to transfer knowledge, like we are discussing. We don't want to be in the space alone. We want to mix up. So please come mix up with us and transfer knowledge to us. Again, you can also call the contact number I just mentioned, 0591 405 555. Okay, and the latest event. In fact, this event, if you don't show up, you see the way I'm adding the it means you don't have to miss it. It is happening on 26th of September at the Micklin Hotel in Kumasi, the SEDAT HR conference, and this is the second edition of the conference. Like I said, last year we had a massive participation, massive program, very beautiful program, and this year it is happening again at same venue from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on 26th of September at the Micklin Hotel. If you live in and around Kumasi, please find your way to the Micklin Hotel. And those living outside these regions, you can also reach out to us. We would help you join on the live, join live, so you can also participate in the conference. It is going for a cool 150 Ghana city. Cool 150. You have snack, you know how we did it last year. We gave you a treat, and we are giving you a treat this time around. So please find your way to Micklin. The registration link has been shared in the comment section. Please click on it, register if you haven't. We are open to corporate registration, so you want to call us and register your HR team. And listen, you don't need to be an HR professional alone to be there. As long as you manage people and you work with people, you need to understand the dynamics in working and handling people. This is the best place for you to be. We are bringing industry experts to come and help us understand the topic on navigating generational diversity, a roadmap to organizational effectiveness. 26th of September, our speakers are ready. Madam Yvonne is ready. Kojo Vanessa is ready. Madam Cynthia is ready. And our guest of honor, whom we are having a meantime with today, is also ready to meet you on the 26th. There's a platform where we are going to unlearn, relearn, and then network. So you don't want to take yourself out. Once again, we want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for supporting us. And we want to say a very big thank you to Glyco. Thank you, Amenfiman Rural Bank. Thank you, Okente Studio, and thank you, Vocal Link Tech. Thank you so much. And this is a conference that is being organized by your number one trusted HR firm, and that is a SEDAT HR consult. Please, you don't want to take yourself out of this conference. Is going to be amazing. Great speakers, and we will learn a lot from our speakers. Right, let's go and let's continue our conversation. We have a few minutes, but then we will try to exhaust the few questions that are left before we went for the break. So Mr. Techi, before we went, we had a question from Josephine, and Josephine is saying that how can organizations create a culture that values and respects diversity across generations? Can you please help respond to Josephine, and we can move on to the other questions before we bring the episode to an end?
My response to Josephine's question is that a lot of companies don't have policies actually centering on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So when companies draft policies in that area, it helps the organization to really create the atmosphere where the respect for diversity actually becomes like easy and a bonus. So for a question, I would say the companies must draft policies that embraces diversity, equity, and inclusion, and all the other things will fall in. That is what I have for this.
Right. Thank you very much, Josephine. You heard Mr. Tichi. The companies that would want to create a culture um, that values and respects diversity needs a policy on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so, if you have a policy in place, like Mr. Techi said, all other things will fall in line for you. All right. So, Mr. Techi, before we went on the break, I did mention that when we come back, we want to look at how some of the current emerging trends impacts the activities of these generations that we have. So now let's look at it. Um, for instance, trends like remote work, trends like flexi work, hybrid system. How are these trends, or how are these emerging trends impacting on the generations that we have? what impact is it having on us?
Right. Thanks for the question once again. When we have emerging trends like this, the organizations only have to study and also adjust or transform, particularly when it comes to working remotely. Organizations started creating platforms that connect the site to the head office, particularly, so that they can have that video conferencing, they can have meetings, not necessary for people to travel to the site or vice versa. There are platforms that are there. When we set the meetings, we all sign on onto the platform and we have a very meaningful meeting. When it came to cyber security, we have seen organizations invest a lot into the IT and to fight cyber crimes through their installations of gadgets that really help them fight it. So what happens to an organization is organization now have to invest in the areas to take advantage of the growing trends, either to combat or to take advantage of the trend in order to better the productivity of the organization. So the only challenge that comes in there is finance, is money. The challenge is the organization have to continuously either innovate, either upgrade a system, or altogether buy new systems that would help them take advantage of the growing trends. So in the question that you are asking, that is what organizations look out for. Always there's somebody looking out for the growing trend. You remember we used to have maybe what we call McAfee as antivirus. Today we don't use McAfee. We use something else. It's because of now the new ways of people going around McAfee as antivirus. That is why now advancement has come or technologically things have evolved that is better than McAfee to ensure that organizations strengthen their security in that area. And it is for the organization to invest. So I think this is what I have. For now, I can actually expand it, but to answer what you actually asked me, this is what I'll say.
Right, we do appreciate your response. Invest in these emerging trends to either combat it or take advantage of it. And I know that a lot of organizations would want to take advantage of these emerging trends because whether we like it or not, these trends are here to stay with us. Now, because of time, let me take this last question, and we can end our episode for today. How can organizational leaders leverage on these diversities to drive innovation and creativity in their space?
If you say how, I would have maybe asked the question in a different way. The how is you have to open yourself up to really get the strength of these characteristics we are talking about to help you turn the fortunes of the company to the positive side. Why am I saying this? Now, like I did say, our children are actually becoming more technology committed than ourselves. Now give your phone to your 2-year-old child if you don't take care, he or she would actually lock your phone and you will not be able to open. The next morning,
They become the original owners of the phones,
yes,
and you become the pitcher.
correct. So how would you be able to leverage on their potential to help you actually go through this? It is when you have to open yourself up to learn from your child. And now, learning from their child gives you a better handle of your own phone because she has seen something better than you know. So learning from them is the way forward. And how would we be able to learn from them? It is only when we are ready to also adapt to the change that is actually sweeping across and call for people who would actually come and train us to get better. I'm telling you, I've seen managers who are still living in that paradise without taking advantage of the technological advancement we are seeing today. I've seen managers who are better themselves through technology or upgraded themselves in technology to take advantage and also lead these people we are actually moving with. So if you can't take advantage of the situation and upgrade yourself, then you can't be a leader. You'll be frustrated. And that is it. If you're a coach, you are seeing 442, it's not helping you, change. So that you can do better. If Messi is better than you when you were a player, learn how Messi is controlling the ball today, and you'll be better. So I think that is what organizations must do. We'll be able to leverage on the trends that we see today just for the betterment of the organizations we are running. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Open up yourself to learn from these people or the various demographics you have around you. Listen, like Mr. Takyi said, either you take advantage of the people around you, take advantage and learn from them, or you would remain in your wilderness forever and nobody will come to your rescue. So open up, let them come on board with what they have. Don't intimidate them, like he said. Allow them, and you are sure to have a better organization. They will give you different perspectives of your ideas. They would open your eyes to things that possibly your attention hadn't gone there. So please, don't suppress them. Open up, learn from them. Thank you so much, Mr. Takyi. Thank you so much for joining and participating in today's episode. We are having the honors of having Mr. Takyi as our guest of honor at the coming HR conference, which is happening on 26th at the Maclean Hotel, Kumasi. Mr. Takyi, tell our viewers what to expect from this conference.
Just as you did the introduction, we have had great speakers coming for this very conference. People must actually see something bigger and more informative than what they actually saw the last time. This very meeting will be mega. I want everybody to be there and let us learn something different. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody needs to be there and let's learn something different. Definitely, we are going to learn something different at this coming conference. So you don't want to take yourself out. The registration link is in the comment section. Click on it to register. If you haven't done that yet, please do so. We are open to corporate registration. We are open to corporate sponsorship, individual sponsorship, we are open to it as well. Reach out to us or call us on 0244 629245, 0244 629245, and we will have a conversation with you. This is SEDAT HR Digest. And once again, we are reminding you that there is a call for mentors and mentees for a 12-month mentorship program starting from October 2024, and we are going to end in September 2025. We will pair you with experienced mentors who have walked the path before to help you navigate your way in your HR practice. Again, we want to remind you that the SEDAT HR magazine is still available. If you want a copy, please call us. We will give you one, the SEDAT HR Digest magazine. If you want a copy, please we will call us. We will get you some. If you want copies for corporate body, your corporate organization, or you want copies for yourself or for loved ones, for a friend or for a mentee that you are mentoring, please call us. We will give you, gladly let you have one. And also we are calling for corporate and individual entities to, or individuals to feature on our next episode. So if for our next edition of our SEDAT HR Digest, if you have any idea you want the whole world to know about, you have some thoughts that you want to share with us, you have a skill of writing, please call us and we would help you, and we would also take you through the steps to feature you on the next edition of our magazine. And again, please, once you get a copy, do give us your feedback. Tell us what you think. Give us your thoughts. Give us your feedback. We take your feedback and we learn, or we become better when you give us your feedback. So we are open to your feedbacks as well. A very big thank you once again to our sponsors, Glyco, Amefiman Rural Bank, Okente Studio, and Focal Link. Thank you so much for coming on board to sponsor the second edition of SEDAT HR conference. All right, so patients, don't worry, please call 0244 629245, but our team will get in touch with you. We apologize. We have a lot on our hands. We really apologize for not returning your call. That we are doing so much to get the conference in action. Aside that, we have so much we are doing. We sincerely apologize. We are going to get back to you. We will call you. Please call 024462 9245, 024462 9245. Please call, and you can also call on 055 088 3936, 055 088 3936. Please call again. We would respond to you. Once again, our sincere apologies for not returning your call. If you call the 0244 and you don't get any response, please call 055 088 3936, 055 088 3936. Our team would respond to you. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. And to anybody that called and we couldn't pick your call, our apologies. Please call the 055 and we will respond to you. Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. And we looked at how to manage, or we looked at the various generational dynamics at the workplace and how to manage them. Guest was our resource person, or our guest of honor at the coming SEDAT HR conference, Mr. Samuel Takyi, the general manager of Ashanti Gold PPN Limited. We had an interesting time with him. We know very well that you learned a lot. We also learned. And please, after the episode, we will share the link, so those who missed, you can go back, or probably in the course of the conversation, you missed something in what our resource person said, you can go back and play the video again and listen to it again. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Patience and I was your host for today's episode. I will see you next week after the conference, and we will come your way with a conference experience. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow, and know that when you go about, or when you wake up, or when you sleep and you wake up, remember that SEDAT HR Digest and the entire SEDAT team loves you dearly, and we are here to cover your back. We are here to give you all the support you need, and so you can call us on the numbers that I have mentioned to you, and we'll be there to support you. Thank you and have a good evening.
Tropical storms, flooding, wildfires, drought, shrinking fish catch. In a world of ever-increasing uncertainty, nothing is predictable. The smallest stumble or fumble easily ends in a mighty tumble, with your world crashing down around you. Don't crumble. 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧 always has your back. 𝐀𝐾𝐲, we cushion you for life.
𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐢, we cushion you.